At midnight on 15th August 1947, the world's largest forced migration began. Millions of Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs were forced to journey hundreds of miles as the Indian subcontinent was divided into two halves, the Hindu majority India and the Muslim majority Pakistan. There was division of cultures, of languages, of houses, villages, rivers. But I'm not here to tell you a political story. I'm here to tell you a human story, a survival story, a story about kindness. I come from a family that loves movies, and truly I believe we get it from my grandfather. Every Monday afternoon, we sit around the dining table after lunch watching his favorite movies. These include early 60s and 70s movies and very few are with color. But we watch closely. More than the movie, it is him we watch because inside every movie are his tiny little stories that make it a whole. On a similar afternoon, we rewatched Bhag Milka Bhag, an inspiring movie filled with emotion and passion and lots of color. But in the entire movie, we didn't hear him say anything. Not one, "Pata hai Palkin?" Until the very end, as if he knew we were waiting for him to say something, he said, "Main bas 2 saal ka tha." That day we learned that his mother, along with his 4 older siblings, had left the only house they had ever known without a single clue about the future. They were all prepared physically, but they were terrified mentally. And in the whole chaos of running around and catching trains and leaving houses, my grandfather fell seriously ill. In times too difficult to even be sure of the next meal, they searched for that medicine for 4 days. And when they found it, they realized that they had completely forgotten about a spoon. And how do you feed a 2-year-old medicine without a spoon? My great-grandmother looked around for it everywhere and she begged people, but nobody was ready to give. Until she came across this tiny hut. Her last hope, she said, and she went there and told the lady of the house her problem. In an instant, that lady came out and gave her that spoon and asked her to keep it for longer because she might need it again. And believe me, we have that spoon till date because it's because of that spoon and that lady that my grandfather survived. He came to Bombay, he grew older, he had a son who further had me, and I'm standing here 75 years later telling you this story. That spoon didn't cost that lady much financially, but it saved a life. We do not need to put up all these big gestures and great acts of kindness, but just look around and help each other out. Even small sacrifices can result to big happinesses, and we all can afford these small sacrifices and change lives. Every decision we take, no matter how small it may seem to us, it changes the world. It changes opinions and feelings and impacts people, and people change people.